Okay, we're recording.
Good evening. This is a February 18th meeting of the Bolton Free Library Trustees. Welcome, everyone. We have a quorum tonight, but we are missing. Jane is not able to make it, and Mary was not able to make it. Okay. So we will take a look at the agenda. You guys all have a copy in front of you. And in addition to our normal people, we have our treasurer here tonight. Scott, thank you for coming tonight and doing that first report with us. We really appreciate it. So, the last minutes were sent out a little bit ago about over the last week. Did anybody have any additions or corrections to those minutes? Not, if I could have a motion to accept the minutes. Joan will make a motion. Tracy will second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? So moved. We'll move down to the treasurer's report. First of all, we're going to appoint the treasurer since we weren't able to, that was kind of a crazy meeting last week or last month with the weather and everything. So we're going to officially appoint Scott as our treasurer. And we'd like to make a recommendation, the executive committee make a recommendation to appoint Scott as the treasurer, and then Justine as our board treasurer liaison. And I need a second to that motion. Good. Lynn will second that. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Thank you, you're stuck. Okay, so we will then ask for your financial report.
Okay, sure. For the month of January, we generated about $7,800 of revenue. 7,500 of that came from our appeal letter, and it should be noted that 3,000 of that was in honor of Megan. It's almost twice as much as January of this time of last year, and the other 300 was just broken out mostly on interest on the bank accounts and and a couple other miscellaneous in the circulation desk in the raffle. When it comes to our annual appeal, month to date, based off of the previous iteration of the appeal letter, we have generated about $29,530 from 249 donors of the current appeal cycle through Jan 31 month to date, and it's effectively twice as good from a revenue generation perspective as last year, but that's mostly notable from Megan's from the donation in Megan's honor. A couple expenses to be noted was about $2,300 to Rich Home Exteriors. That's a 50% deposit. In my note, I made the mistake of citing it as the floor back there just because I came in that day. We'll talk about that next month. But that's actually to make our doors ADA compliant. So that first 50% went out, and the other 50% will be paid in February upon completion.
You're not the only one that's made that mistake. I don't know, having these two projects at the same time has made it difficult to keep up who's who.
Yeah.
So I made the same mistake.
As we all know, it's a very cold winter. We had so we used a lot of heat. We spent $584 on another fuel delivery. We renewed the Adirondack plumbing service contract renewal. We also had a renewal of our workers' comp, and we had a renewal for stand security. Just from a timing perspective with expenses, we had 3 payroll periods. If you just think about it, bi-weekly every 2 weeks, there's 26 per year. So on a monthly basis, you're going to have 2 months that have 3 payroll periods, and this was one of those months. So from a run rate perspective, it's attributed to timing. Upcoming events, we'll talk about how our 91-day CD is maturing. So we'll discuss the need to roll that over. It's our recommendation to roll that over for another 91 days. It's going to be at the same rate of 3.25%. And there's the Utica National Premium Audit that's being reviewed and submitted. It's completed, and Michelle's nice enough just to give me a certain attachment to be consistent with previous years. From a revenue generation perspective, or the town of Bolton is expected to fund our account for the first half of what they do for us.
We did.
In the month of February. We did. I'm just speaking in January terms, but yes, we did see that inflow already. I believe it's on Feb 8th. And yeah, I think just from a P&L perspective, that's how January went so far.
Great.
If there's any questions?
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, then we're gonna move on to the director's report.
Okay, for the month of January, we're maintaining about 13,300 items in the collection. That includes anything that can be checked out, magazines, DVDs, books. Let's see, circulation holds steady. We loan out a lot of books in interlibrary loan, which is great. We also bring in a lot of books in library loan, but we're very active in the system, especially for a library our size. Our Wi-Fi continues to be very popular. In January alone, we had 104 unique clients, so we're averaging about 10 a day based on the Cisco Meraki report. That's what that is. It monitors our Wi-Fi usage. So that continues to be a real asset to the community. Let's see, we got 5 new patrons in January, and we continue to add new books. We're also adding a lot of different programs in. They're listed here on the director's report. So we're trying new things, trying to give people more reasons to come to the library, and we'll see what works. We're trying the Scrabble program on Tuesdays. We're trying a story time. The vision boards was very popular. The Tech Help with Teens was requested by a lot of folks, but only one person came. But we'll try that again. Might have been the day. It was very cold, but beautiful out. But we'll try that again. You never know. And so we'll keep going on that.
Does that mean
Yeah, maybe Jane. Let me just check if she's trying to get in. Nope.
Oh, no, it was my email, probably.
Okay.
That's there.
The fire extinguisher company.
Oh, okay.
I have to have the
Thank you.
speakers up. Hopefully we'll get the voice recording. And for the social report, we're kind of holding steady. This time of year, we had 143 site visitors in January. Well, excuse me, the last 28 days to the website. That's very average. It's a quiet time of year. Facebook and Instagram continue to grow very steadily and slowly, but the numbers are going in the right direction. And that's about it for those 2 reports.
That's great. If I could have a motion to accept the director's report.
I'll make the motion, Lynn.
Lynn,
I'll second it, Sue.
seconded by Sue. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed? Okay, so moved. We will now move down to the committee reports. When we were last month, we hadn't quite honed down all the committees, so just double check as we go down this, that we have the right people on the right committees and we didn't assign anyone. So the executive committee, we don't have anything new to approve, but that would be made up of the president, vice president, treasurer and secretary. We didn't have any meetings. The financial will speak to Scott again, but you pretty much covered quite a bit of what we have listed here, right? The CD, we have the 3.25. The Affinity Bank program is still a mystery, but we're gonna see them tomorrow, so we can find out. Is there anything you want to tell us about the transition with you and Brenda and how that's going? And
Yep. First of all, Erin was fantastic when it came to helping me transition. Very professional, very buttoned up. And I also had a long conversation with Brenda just when it came to just my onboarding of QuickBooks, the bank accounts, everything else, answering questions. getting ready for knowing what I'm talking about here, or at least sounding like it. And Brendan's been fantastic as well. So I'm glad that I've made those relationships, and Brendan and I are going to talk quite a bit going forward, but it's a very good working relationship, and we speak the same language, and we're good. So
That's great. I think we have an awesome team. I think this is gonna all go really well. As soon as everybody kind of settles down and we figure out what pieces go where. And
you know,
the next exciting part is too, I know Carla and Sue are working on the handbook of everything that we need to take care of the physical plant here. And then we're gonna have Scott meet with Carla so that we can talk about the future of all the building and things and what would, like a plan, what would you call it? Like a long-term plan,
so
long-range plan, but specifically for the building.
if we think about the long range plan, just in general, there's different components of it. But when it comes to the Building and Grounds Committee, there's obviously asks and timelines of knowing what improvements need to happen and when, and obviously bifurcated between wants and needs, and some squishiness in those timing. But it's important to synergize the budget with that specifically, because those are big outflows. Those are big capital outflows, and we're fortunate where we have good liquidity and cash in order to do a good amount of that. And it's there to be deployed for the betterment of the library. And I think there's a good initiative or a good opportunity for an initiative to just work with Buildings and Grounds to just say, this is what has happened. This is what we need to happen in the next 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. And to integrate like effectively a capital deployment plan with that, to know that we don't have this pool of cash that's unencumbered and not spoken for, even if we're not ready to line up a contractor for it yet, is important. So I think that's going to be a good initiative between.
In other words, holding on to a CD just to hold it up onto it and not be able to speak to why it's sitting there.
Yeah,
Because we need, probably what that CD is sitting there for is our new heater that's gonna go in the next 5 years. But if the township says, well, why are we gonna give you $90,000 if you have that money? We say, because we're saving up, because we know that we're gonna need a heater in 3 years, and we gotta make sure we have $45,000 or whatever it's gonna cost.
and it's important to. They have committed to funding us this year, and it's important to spend this year developing that dock as a live dock to just have. Doesn't need to be updated all the time, but as ideas like that come up, okay, when does this need to happen? Let's put an estimate on it. Let's start talking about contractors for this and such, so that if we ever get challenged this time next year by the town of Bolin for saying, we have way too much money and we're looking to deploy this, and we're looking to cut back a little bit, we have something ready to go that says, it looks like this, but this is the opposite side of that, that we are going to deploy in the future. So we don't want to be at square one when we get challenged with that, if we get challenged with that.
We also want to know like what we have available to spend.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to be able to spend.
So the
And-
creation of that as a
Yeah.
live is an
Both sides.
important initiative of I think Buildings and Grounds and Treasurer over the course of this year for sure.
And in the past, I think we sort of looked at projects and said, all right, let's see if we can find the money to do that. As opposed to having, looking at what we need and then planning for it. So we just would be like, okay, we need a floor done. Let's try to get a grant to get it done. Which, by the way, that floor looks great. I don't know if you've seen
It
it.
looks so great.
Yeah.
It made me talk about it in the email when that's $2,300 went to the doors instead. So, yeah.
But, okay, great. And what it sounds like from the appeal, then we're at pretty much our highest appeal that we've ever gotten. So, kudos to the community for continuing to support us, even though, times are hard and, price of things is going up. I think they think we're important enough that they're contributing, so that's wonderful. So, anything else then? Okay, all right, thank you.
Oh,
Oh.
I did,
You did.
signatories, should we do that? Cause we need to bring in,
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Did we list signatories in the
I think we had to.
annual report? You don't think so? Okay. Then I'd like to make,
We need to.
the finance committee sort of met ahead of time, and we would like to make a motion to change our signatories, and we need it in the, we're gonna need this in the minutes so that we can take it
I think
over
so.
to the
Yeah, we
bank.
Have the approved minutes, so it's like, months out before next election.
Oh, that's true. That we won't be able to do it this month. We'll have to
No,
go
we need to
Right.
get the ball rolling.
Just to make sure that, you know, signatories are people that can sign the checks. So we're going to keep the executive committee, well, actually, the treasurer, the secretary, and myself as signatories. Sue, you are on the executive committee. Would you like to be a signatory as well? Or are you fine not to be?
Well, I can sign a piece of paper.
Yes. No, but this would be checks.
Oh, I understand.
Yes, okay.
If you need me,
Okay.
I.
We do, I think we can do up to 4 people, so.
Sure.
So I'd like to make a motion that everyone on the executive committee is able to sign checks. So if somebody could second that motion, that's Tracy. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, so thank you for reminding me of that. Appreciate it. I even had a note here myself. Didn't see it. Okay, nothing new going on with policies and procedures. I think we'll kind of wait till we get a new director on board and then go from there. The long range, anything new with long range? No. Okay, we'll go down to, we have it listed now as fundraising and farmers market, but we have long time before the summer comes up again. But as you can see there, Joan, we have 4 people on the committee with you, 5 people altogether, Sue, Lynn, myself, and Tracy.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that signed up to work on this committee. I look forward, to working with you. It's really a fun job. If you like to meet people, you're going to meet local people, your friends, and all the tourists, that come by. And the time does go very, very quickly. I started to think a little bit ahead about this summer, and I went over to Chamber of Commerce, right? They have nothing formulated as far as dates for this year. So looking back at the schedule from last year, okay, I believe that we're going to start on the last Friday in June, which would be the 26th. Right, and that was what happened last year. And then we ran all the way through to September, but there was a very big surprise at the end. That final week was not scheduled. And that took us to the 11th of September. So that's why I'm anxious really to find out what the dates are going to be.
Well, I think the reason they did that was because Labor Day.
Yes,
was
I agree.
early.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be
Yeah.
once.
That's what I think, but I'd like to get a formal, plan as
Okay.
to what they anticipate.
Right, although I think they work with Chamber of Commerce, it's 2 separate ladies who run the. farmers
Penelope.
Penelope and Bambi.
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so we should be hearing from them. And we will start talking about pickleball, having a pickleball tournament. So I'll kind of put something out there to the committee and talk about dates to find out when you guys are all gonna be around to see. I would like to do it in June before it gets crowded in July. And think there might be a weekend between Father's Day and the end of June that we might be able to think about having it then. So, but I'll look at that a little more, and I'm also gonna look to the community, pickleball community to help us with that as well.
Also under fundraising, Sheila Menzie, she's the one who makes the large quilt for us every summer for one of our fundraising items. She did call just a couple days ago and she wanted us to know that she's creating a quilt for us this year that will combine books and the 250th anniversary.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how she's doing that, but she has a plan and I told her that sounded fantastic.
Great.
She's got to be very top
You know,
high.
fundraising, we're also doing
The
the
basket,
drawing, right?
next Saturday at noon is the drawing. So let everyone know the winter basket. It's fantastic.
Mhm.
And,
The
they
next time
can,
or this Saturday?
next Saturday, the 21st.
That's this Saturday.
That's this Saturday. And so remember, when you see them on Facebook,
Like and share.
like and share them,
Yeah,
and
it
that
helps with
helps
that
get it
algorithm.
out to more people. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, or you know somebody that hasn't, we have till the weekend, and it's an incredible.
It's
Do we know how
so
much we've
generous.
made on that yet? Do we have
I
it?
don't know. I haven't counted the tickets.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Just
probably somewhere in the treasury in the treasurer information, but.
Just to add to that, also, I heard, from the Fiber Arts Committee, and they're also working on this year's blanket.
Oh,
to go out
good.
to farmer's market, so those are definitely,
Oh,
food
good.
for
That
us.
last year's keeps me really warm.
That's why it's beautiful too, and a lot of interesting
With the-
stitches.
Nice blue color. I try to keep Rosie off of that, my little dog. But, okay, so anything else with fundraising that anybody would like to mention? If not, we'll move
Well,
on.
just one
Oh,
more thing, you and I
sure.
have talked, if anybody has any ideas about something that we could sell, here in the library, as well as farmer's market, or any other time that would be appropriate, let us know.
Right. Right. We did talk about a couple of things, didn't we? But yeah, ideas, if anybody has any ideas,
What
that's
about
great.
Christmas, an ornament? Like, it doesn't have to be for Christmas.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Because
Yeah.
I bought a metal cut, thing of just the late George, and I have it in my car hanging from my mirror. Right? It's been crazy, but, I was thinking something like that, and I know.
Yeah, the lady
Laura
that's
Staff-
local that does the wooden round
Yeah.
ones, if we contacted her with a picture of our building, she might put
Yeah.
our building up.
She's headquartered over at, that crafts. place.
Shirt factory,
Yeah, shirt factory,
Right.
okay.
or our new, we could also do our new logo too.
Laura Safford does
Yeah.
things like that too.
Yep, she did our
She
tote
did
bag.
our tote bag. and-
Yes.
The decals.
Yeah, the DB.
Right, so if we think
She
of a
has
good
it.
project, it would be great, and that's the place to sell it, is at the farmer's.
Yeah, and I've seen them, they sell them at Ace Hardware
Mhm.
down in, Glens Falls, Queensberry, St. Andrews.
Right,
I go to Weowaka in the summertime, and they have about 5 of them over there, all different houses that they have on the
Right.
property.
I'm sure the Chamber of Commerce would sell them for us too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think a lot of people would like those. So,
That's cool.
but I'm thinking about it, but, that is not a store any longer, that is just where they work and produce the items there. So you have to make an appointment to go see the person that runs it.
Oh, okay, interesting, okay, good to know. All right, buildings and grounds. Lynn, have you talked to, Carla, where we're at with anything that's on here? Oh, the inspection, I guess, really, Sarah has information on that.
Yep, we're in pretty good shape. We had 4 things that we didn't pass on, but we resolved 2 of them already. The CO2 detector, I purchased a new one. The emergency exits, the backup batteries weren't hooked up, so Hal graciously figured it out and hooked them up for us, so we'll pass that. I'm
He's
going to.
genius.
Yes. Our fire extinguishers, they have tags from New York Fire and Security, so I'm gonna call them and find out, do they normally service them? And Michelle Pollock suspects they did in 2025 and just forgot to replace the tags. So I'll call and see if they did that, and can we get updated tags, or do we need updated tanks, or what the situation is? And then the only other comment he had was on the generator being inspected on an annual basis, and Sue's on top of that for getting that up to speed. I
Okay.
think we have an appointment.
Couple of weeks.
Yep. So, when we're ready, I'll call, we'll get re-inspected. We did find out it's required every 3 years, and he does charge, we got invoiced for $75 for his trip out here, so we'll get another, I'm sure, $75 charge.
Oh, you think even for the repeat?
I would not be surprised. I'll ask, but
Right. I guess it is what it is.
And Lynn and I are going to get together on Friday and go through and just see if there's anything else I have forgotten to put on the list. We've got a list with the vendor and the people who would do servicing and what their phone numbers are, so that it's all in one place.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And I did reach out to Carla about the flagpole, and she's gonna talk to the guy again to try to get him back to put it up. And I told her what we'd really like to do is have a celebration here for the 250th anniversary of our country and have the flag lifted, for the first time. And I said, well, she said, when do you think you'd want to do that? I said, spring. I said, how about Flag Day? She said, I'm going to tell him Memorial Day. So that's even sooner.
Back it up.
So, keep your fingers crossed that he'll come back and finish that job. And then we'll just have to work on getting it lit and getting the right size flag, because what we did find out is the flag that we have is too big.
We thought we did.
Oh,
I did get more information after I last spoke with you about that.
Okay.
Matt Kelly had told us they really recommend from the American Legion a 3x5 or a 4x6. The flag we have in there is a 4x6. Is
Oh,
on
it
the
is.
table.
So,
I had been told it was bigger, so I don't know if it got swapped out, but we should be good.
yeah.
One
Okay,
less thing.
very good. So that would be great to get that. And I think we've decided, rather than reupholstering the chairs in the back, since it's so expensive, we're just gonna work, we'll put it on our plan to get new, some new chairs.
Well, I believe we have some money budgeted for that,
Yes,
so
I think we had even stuck some in the budget, so we can start looking at, Charlie's Furniture, see what we can come up with. The doors, I don't think we have a date yet for that, right? Sarah?
No, we sent out the deposit, but we haven't heard back yet as to a date for him to come out and do the work.
Okay, and as we mentioned earlier, the reading room floor is done, so that's good. So, book sale, Mary isn't here, but Lynn, is there anything going on up there that,
No,
no,
watching books, there's
just,
a bunch up there, I'm gonna be here Friday.
does it look like
To watch
we're
books.
where we usually are this time of year? Or any more or less than,
I think we're doing good. No, I think it looks
okay, good books, great, great.
hard to tell. It's hard to tell, they're all, like, once you fill a box, you pop a top on and you stuff it underneath, so it's hard to tell,
Okay,
but, yeah.
yeah, and we take them year round,
Oh, okay.
right?
Some of them
Except-
actually resigned.
Yeah, at certain point in July, they say no more because they have to start getting ready, so.
Yeah.
Just about to the beginning of July, or maybe first week into July.
Usually we start up again in September to give the book sale committee a break.
People bring them in.
They do, people bring them in, right?
Yes.
Do you accept audiobooks? The CD?
We do have audio,
Okay.
yeah, movies, audiobooks,
Puzzles,
games.
yeah, DVDs.
Okay. Grants, anything new with grants?
Just that we got the Stewart's Holiday Match Grant in, that was due by, January 31st. We requested $1,000. Last year we were $750. If we get the full grant, we would use that to cover a 6-session series by Tracy at BCS for the pre-K and kindergartners, and that would be another Bolton through library and the community outreach like we did with the Owl Wildlife Program. And the remainder would be used to help fund the birthday book program. There's 89 children at school. We have some money that is, we still have set aside. Where was it? $251 in leftover funds for the Mad Libs. But we also have $421 left over from last year for the children's literacy. So between that money and if we get the Stewart's grant, a little bit from that, we should be covered also for the birthday book program. If we're not, we can look at the CR Wood grant coming up in April, but that'll be something we want to think about, how we want to ask for money from CR Wood. Last year, they were very generous, so we need to think about programs and what we want to do going forward.
Okay.
In addition to the birthday book program.
Good. All right, then, we're at the Personnel Committee, I'm happy to tell you that we have 3 applicants that we're gonna be interviewing tomorrow morning. Starting at 9 and then at 10:15 and 11:30, 3 right in a row. Kim Boland who is the Director of Southern Adirondack Library System, will be here to interview, as well as Carla, who's done some hiring in the past and a past president. So she would like to be there, as well as Amy and Joan, part of the committee. So we have a good representation and we'll be ready to take them through their paces. But if anybody has any questions or anything that they think of in particular that they'd like us to ask, let us know. But you only have 12 hours to do so. So, but,
Are they local people?
there is one from Saratoga Springs, one from, what's that
Cohoes.
town?
She's in Cohoes, I think.
One is from Cohoes or Troy,
That's the same, really.
and one from Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I thought one of them you said was up from the middle of,
I think the one from Carthage, Loudville area was the one who's interested in part-time, so.
oh,
I
that
think
was,
to let her
okay,
know,
that was
you know,
that
we'll
one,
keep you
okay.
in mind if we.
Yes. We do have another person that really only wanted to work 20 hours a week, and we said that for right now, we were looking to do full-time, but we would get back in touch with her if we changed our mind, if they, none of them worked out. So, so wish us luck. Yeah, Sunshine Committee, did Mary gift you some?
She
information?
did. I passed that over to Amy. Mary's been sending out thank yous. Probably the biggest one is Glenn Long, the director of the History Museum, gave us a very nice American Library Association poster from, it was World War I or World War II. It's back in the aisle there.
Yeah.
So I need to bring in a stud finder so we can safely get it hung because it's quite large. But it's very nice. So she wrote him a thank you for that.
We should just get it. I don't know if they're starting to do their schedule for this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely World War One.
Oh, yeah.
But
That
we
is
should probably speak with them, once they, to reach out with them and say, as you're developing your schedule, why don't we work together? Because one of the things that happened is we had programs on the same nights. So maybe, I mean, I don't know how you think it's best to do that, but we could reach out to him and say, can we work together with our year's programs to make sure that we jive with each other,
I'd like to see us co-host
right,
some programs. to
right.
get people,
Or co-host programs, that would also would be a great idea.
maybe we
So-
could, I'm setting up a,
Especially with all this history stuff going on this year,
Exactly.
50th. So
Yeah.
we should invite him to be part of the, the flag thing and
Mhm.
things like that. So, I mean, they're right
Yeah.
next door. We should work with them on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, let's make a partnership, like have a meeting and maybe talk to him over the next couple months.
I'll give them a call.
Okay. All right, so Sunshine Committee, is there anybody else over the last month that we should, that we need to send thank you out to?
She sent a bunch to people who donated for the challenge prizes.
Okay, that's all taken care of.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think she got through all of them. There were two that came back, but I'll double check.
Yeah, those were thank yous, prizes, yes. Okay, one was that book house, one night.
Book cabin, yeah, that was the address that she gave me to send the check for the one that we bought, and that went through, so I don't know why
Well, I think they're just, summer people here.
no, but I mailed her the check
Yeah.
to that address.
Well,
That
one-
went.
Go on it, and so for some
Yeah,
reason it
and the
didn't
hot
get
office
forwarded.
right
And
here.
the second one was just a notation from our local, post office.
That is
But,
weird.
yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean, I just looked at the address of the huddle on the website, but it's right there.
Yeah,
So I'm
that
not
is
sure why
weird.
that Came back.
Yeah, business especially, yeah.
Unless they're
Okay.
in PO box. And they don't accept it. I don't know. I guess, maybe.
Just wait till happy hour Friday. and Go in, just say, order a drink and give them a thank you. No.
Well, they close on Sunday for like 6 weeks.
Oh, they do? So you better hurry up. No. All right, let's see. That's it. Oh, could I have a motion to accept the committee reports?
I'll make the motion, Lynn.
Okay,
Go
makes that
second.
motion. Go second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. So unfinished business, did we send our check in for the salon
Yes.
overdrive?
We did.
Sarah, okay, and Amy, great. Any update on the library museum passes?
No, I needed to check to make sure that that was, that I had some questions about if we had money for that. Do we use it from programs before I went ahead and did that? I wasn't sure how.
Well, I guess you'd have to think of which thing in our finance would fund something like that. I don't know if that would be considered programs. So,
We can do it for programs. We have 3,000 for programs for the year. So
Right.
mentally, and I kind of figured every 4 months, about 1,000 with a little more in the summer because that's our bulk of programming. But we could get 3 museum passes for right around, 300 to 400. We could do like Up Yonda, maybe the Hive, maybe the Wild Center, and then see,
I would start with just a
Popularity.
couple that you think would be the most popular
yeah.
and then see if they're used
Okay.
so that we don't have too high of an investment. And then,
Right.
And we ought to
And
be
then
able to
pick-
work a deal with Up Yonder.
yes,
We shouldn't have to pay retail.
yes.
Well, actually, we probably will because they're overseen by the county. It's a county-run operation, so they're,
And well-funded by our town
but
I thought
You know,
the town stopped
administration and
funding
bureaucracy.
them.
differently, that's all.
Yeah, they stopped the parking. It
Yeah.
used to be free,
Well,
remember?
That was a case of, let's see, the county decided not to fund things that Bolton wanted to do, so Bolton said, well, I'm not funding county things just out of town money, and so it was a mess.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they've straightened it out.
Okay, great. That's good to hear. So the next thing is the sexual harassment training. I got to do that last night while I watched the Olympics.
yeah, that's
So,
to come
it-
in,
you know, definitely
time
is
and hour.
something you can do while you're doing something else and just answer the questions at the end that are very self-explanatory.
Is it the same as last year?
It's always the same.
identical.
Yeah, it's the same. So, and if you can't do it on your computer at home,
Yeah.
you know, come in here, they'll set you up to get it done. The trainee trustee requirements, there's actually some really good trustee book club events coming up. Some of them are on trustee information, some is on hiring a director, but it's after, it might be too late for us, I don't know. But, so there, or anything that's library related, if you don't get a certificate, you can prove that you've done it just by filling out a paper, but that's the 2 hours of training that are required. Okay, new business. We did get to last month's meeting, and I don't know that we need to get to every month's town meeting, but it's nice to do it, especially if we have something new coming up that we'd like to announce. So, those are the dates of the meetings. If anybody wants, the meetings are at the end of our,
Yeah, I think in the
Right.
interest of saving paper, the
Yes.
extra copies I put out didn't have that last little bit, but
okay.
if you
But-
have any questions, just let us know on the date.
Right, if anybody's just interested in going to a meeting because they're going for some other reason too, you could go as a liaison and just take sort of minutes or, you can share 5 or 6 things that the library is doing if you would like to go.
And they would let you do that right toward the beginning, so you don't have to stay for the whole meeting. They tell you that, they go, as soon as you're through,
Yes,
we'd let you go.
Yes.
Because they get very into the weeds on what they want to talk about, and
right,
you're clueless, so it's nice that you impart what you want to, and then you get out of there.
Right.
So an hour maybe.
right. Okay. The other items are the MailChimp newsletter. We're transitioning to a new, format.
And we're also gonna use the Microsoft Office suite provided to us by Sal's. Amy and I were looking into that. We downloaded a CSV of the email addresses from our MailChimp subscribers. And we'll start using the Microsoft Outlook program we have. They have a newsletter option in there too.
We might have to look a little bit into like, the legal things about being able to unsubscribe and stuff like that. I did find something that made it sound like that was better for like internal things, not for like external marketing emails, but I don't know what specific things it doesn't have.
Yeah, I'll see if there's a disclaimer we can use on that and what they recommend. With newsletter services, with the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, the DMCA, part of that, when that was enacted a few years ago, I only know this because of working for authors, you have to have an unsubscribe option. It's especially important for any subscribers based in the UK and Europe because they have very strict laws. So we just have to make sure whatever we send out on a subscription type basis always has a very clear unsubscribe option. And that if it's me doing it manually, because we've switched to the Microsoft Outlook option, I just have to make sure I do it right away. MailChimp had the automatic button, but it's just one of those little bugaboos that could get us in trouble if someone was a bad actor and wanted to take advantage of a small business.
I think I saw
Um,
something that said that Google and Yahoo won't even let emails through if they don't meet certain.
You have to be very careful with your subject headers. If there's anything spamming in there, they won't even send it. If you have too many links in the body, they won't send it. There's a lot of things you have to work with on that.
So do you think after using it for a couple months, you'll be able to tell whether or not it is getting the job done? Like, do you get
Mhm.
the information back, like clicks open and stuff like that, like we do?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
Well,
So
probably
that's
the
the
bounce
thing,
back though.
that's the information we won't have though.
It might be. So we'll have to think about that. My concern with a fee-based subscriber like MailChimp, and MailChimp's very good. I've used it for my clients before. It's very good, but like with anything else, they can keep raising the prices. So we'll have to balance. You know, if this doesn't work at all for Outlook with Outlook, maybe, you know, it's going to be worth every penny of it. But maybe not. I don't know going forward.
And I don't even know how we'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
So I started poking around the other night, but I didn't get very far to see if there were any other.
Yeah, I polled all the other directors to see what they use, and most use another provider, not MailChimp, but it's more expensive. But the ones who replied were the bigger libraries with the bigger budgets to spend on that, but they spend several $100s a year on the newsletter providers, so.
Okay, thank you. So the ALA renewal, I think we decided to hold off on that, but we are going to join NYLA for the year. And Sarah's just working
Yes.
on getting that
Yep.
through
got an
because we
email
did
on
let
that.
it lapse, so we have to jump through a couple hoops to get it restarted. We talked about the inspection results, extinguishers, the pickleball tournament, communications. We did update our signal call list. So I'm the first one to be called, and then Lynn, and then Tracy. And that is basically in case something goes wrong with the building, you know, the alarm will go off. And I have to come down and check to see if the place is on fire. Or they'll call the fire.
Bring your marshmallows.
So, we have an update. Did everybody get the updated contact list? If you did not get it by, or couldn't download it by computer, then Sarah can give you a copy of that while you're here, so you have everybody's phone number and contact information.
I would just
Um,
add in that we just got Kim Boland, the new sales director, is her monthly executive director's report goes out every month, but before she sends it, she asks all the directors to send in through a Google form what's happening at your library. So I've sent in info the last 2 months, and it's just a nice mention. It advertises the library a little bit, and we get to see what other libraries are doing, but I'll pass that around. We're on the last page with the other.
Yeah, that's nice. Is that something that can be forwarded by email too?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Does she give it monthly?
Monthly, yeah. Nice little shout out and to see what others do to get ideas too.
We put Twinkle Tunes in for next one.
Yes, yep. We do it ex post facto, so she'll ask what we did the previous and yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The static events, anything you want to mention in there? How about the Bolton after school program? Mary's gone for 3 weeks.
Right.
Would you like some help? Is there anybody available on Thursday afternoons?
Is there anyone who would like to do that?
Like read a book or?
They usually do a project, an arts and crafts project. We have a lot of supplies, so we could come up with something with them. So you wouldn't have to start from scratch. Mary did work it out with Bambi, so there won't be a hole in their programming for the next 3 weeks, but I'm sure Bambi would be happy to have the help and the extra craft time if anyone would like to do that. just let me
Okay,
know.
so the baby's still bringing them over here?
No, not yet. For winter, they suspended it because it's just too cold to bring the kids over. Mary comes in here, gets what she needs, and then goes over.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yep,
Oh,
during the
okay.
bad weather.
So right now, baby is doing it herself.
Right, while Mary's gone.
Okay, so if anybody wants to go over there and meet her.
When the weather's nice, they'll start coming back over on Thursdays.
Got it.
Oh, and for static events, that's simply the weekly things I'm trying to get so that patrons start thinking, community members, what's happening is Tuesday, what do I want to go hang out for,
Right,
and give them a reason to come hang out. So that's what I talked about in the beginning. We're trying new things.
okay, great.
One thing I wanted to add, it wasn't on here because I just got the approval yesterday. I called up the Bolton Health Center. So I don't know if this would be under events or communications, but I had asked them if we could put in a shelf or a grouping of books to start a little, kind of like a free library compliments of the Bolton Free Library. Those paperbacks, we
Okay.
get so many.
Mhm.
I was in the Chestertown Hudson Headwaters with my daughter a few months ago. And they just have on a table a little shelf with a little sign from the Chestertown Public Library, and it's just take a book,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And so I've got it all ready to go. I made up a poster. They said I can come in today, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so we've got that ready to go with a bag of paperbacks that were donated and a big container of bookmarks with all the information about the library. So-
And that'll go to the Bolton Health Center?
in the Bolton Health Center in the waiting room. I'm gonna stop by sometime tomorrow and see, do they have a table we can use? I've got 2 bookends. And it'll just be a little reading nook where folks can take a book, like a little free library. They can take a book, they can leave a book.
Are you talking about Hudson Health?
Yeah, the health
Yes,
center.
okay. Yeah,
So
I wasn't sure if you meant the health committee. You were talking about the
Oh, no, health center.
health center, okay.
Kind of-
Brady's doctor husband. Like
Yeah.
take a book, leave a book kind of a thing.
Yeah, and it's great if you're
Yeah.
stuck in the waiting room. It
Mhm.
looks good for the
And
library.
you're always stuck in the waiting
Yeah,
room.
honestly.
They're pretty good there, though. Yeah, pretty good. But I think that's a great idea. Anywhere we can have our presence and our name.
It doesn't cost us
And our-
anything.
Right,
Yeah.
and our information,
Nice outreach.
the bookmarks have our hours on it, so it's all good stuff. So. Great. Anything else with the events that are coming up that you need our help with?
No, we don't need assistance. Tammy is picking up a few extra shifts while Richard's library recovers. So yesterday, she and I put in a lot of hours, but the seed library is ready to go. So if you know anyone who likes to garden, they can come and get free seeds if they have a library card. And if they don't have a library card, we'll get them one, then they can get their free seeds. In March, we've got the Dr. Zeus celebration and the display case schedule. I need to start rounding that out, but we're all set for April. Henry Caldwell is going to do a historic display on a man named Streever.
Okay, great. Any updates you want to give on the program? Do we have people signing up for the reading challenge?
There are some people saying that.
Okay, good.
There was a lady in here today and she's got 98 points.
Really?
It's
Yep,
something,
Karen.
And she wants that blanket, you know.
she doesn't have any competition yet.
I think you can get it. She only needs 2 more and she's gonna go visit some libraries tomorrow. And then.
She's motivated.
Wow.
She's a
that's
sweetheart.
neat.
One of
I better get
Mary's
going.
grandkids has done an amount of things, and she's got her eye on some things in that case.
Oh, good. Very good.
There'll be a fight eventually.
Glad to hear it. So, okay, anything else on there we need to mention or any other? What did I forget tonight, guys? I must have forgotten something. Okay, if I could have a motion to complete the meeting.
Should we talk about future board meetings? Is there something?
Oh,
Ah,
yes.
great.
Oh, maybe there was something else. So is this third Wednesday of the month working out okay for everybody? The only person that we were a little bit unsure about was the treasurer getting the end of month information from the month before. Is that still based on these dates?
It's fine. This was my first month, so it was my slowest month.
Okay,
And, whenever we bring on a new director, there's a few, expense related items that we would transition with them, such as the credit card, changing their name on the credit card.
Sure.
And if we did that, we would, talk about changing who that vendor is, which would not cause such a compressed timeline. But other than that, Brendan and I have a good system. Now that I'm in, I know what I need to do, so it's not a problem at all.
okay, so
Everyone said everyone.
next month actually ends up being a very early, oh no, March is not bad, March is the 18th. April would be the 15th, so I wanted to ask you, Tracy, I meant to ask you this before the meeting, your husband, is it always the last?
It's the fourth.
It's the 4th,
Yeah.
so even, because April has 5
Yeah.
Wednesdays, so it will be the 22nd then. So I guess we could still keep them with April 15th.
I mean, if it needs to be on a fourth, I wouldn't.
Yes, okay.
I mean, I can maybe do remote for a little while,
We
but.
like the 15th, don't we?
Yeah, we're okay with the
Okay, so
15th.
for
We're
my
okay
days,
with the
it's
15th.
so.
So, okay, so we're gonna put them down as the 3rd. We're gonna go
Okay,
forward for the
I'll
rest
fill
of the
that
year with the 3rd Wednesday.
I do have a conflict in June.
Okay,
What's the
that's
date in
fine.
June?
That is tax day, isn't it?
Yeah. It's barbecue day. Yeah.
June 17th.
Okay, well, that's
How
fine.
about there?
That's fine. So if I could, have, unless there's anything else. Could we have a motion to end the meeting?
I make a motion.
Okay, come on, just you second it. We gotta get her on that. We gotta get her on that motioning. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, thank you, everybody. We got started. Less than an hour. That's great. Now go have a real date.
Yeah.